nobody can say what it is. You can argue, and if you ask anybody, what do you think makes gumbo? People have very, very definite ideas. It has to be made with a roux, with filet or not. Seafood with filet and okra. Chicken with roux but no okra, or whatever. Everybody has very definite ideas, but no one can agree. And the reason is because the way that we learn what gumbo is we learn it from your mama, or your grandmother, or your grandfather, and you come up with that idea. My name is Elizabeth Pierce, and I'm the senior curator at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum here in New Orleans.
I think gumbo is New Orleans. It's just the heartiest food that you can have. It keeps you warm on a super cold day. It's spicy, but it's really filling. I think it's a great example of just New Orleans cooking and kind of what New Orleans is about, having a good time and eating great food.
Gumbo is New Orleans. You can't come to New Orleans unless you get gumbo. You can get it anywhere you want. It may be different, but it's all gonna taste good. The gumbo is gonna taste good with different kinds. But we are all about gumbo in New Orleans. We even a gumbo of people here. You'll find us so different than anywhere in the South in New Orleans. We're a mixture of people, we mix our food, and we just live happy. So gumbo is just what we all about.
My name is Alfred Singleton, Dickett Brenner Steakhouse, 716 Albertville in the French Quarter, and I was here today making a chicken and sausage gumbo, one of the more predominant gumbos in the region, and I just feel like it's a great individual gumbo. It has its own qualities. So I do something special with it. Add some mushrooms, maybe a little bit of liquid smoke. It's just a great dish. And the key to a great gumbo is passion and love for what you're doing, the product that you're making, and who you're having it with. If I'm having it with you, I'm having a great time. If I'm having it with you, I'm having a great time. So get some great people to have a great gumbo with, and everything will be great.
As far as I'm concerned, seafood gumbo by far when you think of New Orleans. And the difference I have in it is I've always used for a Creole seafood gumbo is tomato paste, cooking down, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But that's the way I grew up, that's the way I know it, which is a whole lot different than a real Cajun gumbo when you just use a roux.
Jackie Miller, who is famous Cajun cooking. We took a course in Cajun cooking at Davis and Elkins College in West Virginia. And she taught me how to make a roux, which is the heart of gumbo. And she said, the secret of roux is you can't stop stirring it and you can't keep your back from it. If your phone rings, you don't answer it. If the doorbell rings, you don't go get it. She said, there's an old Cajun saying, never turn your back on your husband or your roux. That's it.
A good gumbo starts with a good roux, and I like darker gumbos. I like my roux a lot darker, and I also like to mix meats and seafood into it, both. And then after you make your gumbo, and then filet goes in last. I usually put my filet in last, rather than some people cook it in, but I don't.
Be very, very patient with it. Take your time. Don't skip steps. Don't take shortcuts. If you do all of those things, you'll have a phenomenal gumbo.
Oh, in my family, nobody makes gumbo, actually. I think he makes the best gumbo.
My dad made the best seafood gumbo before he died, by far, hands down.
One of my aunts makes good gumbo.
Listen to this. We were living in Florida, and we had some friends visiting us from Louisiana for the Super Bowl, and they decided to cook gumbo for the Super Bowl. They cooked it all day and in the middle of the day, and it was so hot, it set off the smoke alarm in our house, and we didn't know that the smoke alarm in our house rang at the main fire station. So next thing we know, we have 4 fire trucks pulling up in front of our house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to put out a fire caused by gumbo. They couldn't.
You gotta tell them who was cooking that gumbo.
Leroy Thomas.
Leroy Thomas?
Leroy Thomas and the Zydeco Roadrunners cooked the best gumbo I've ever had. Elton, Louisiana. Set a house on fire in Winter Park, Florida. Good gumbo. Good gumbo.
People who visit New Orleans, they come here and they learn what gumbo is from whatever restaurants that they happen to visit. And so they go to Dookie Chase or to Dickie Brennan's or wherever, and they taste that gumbo. And that first taste, that's what gumbo is for them. So more than any other dish that I can think of in any cuisine, where you can write the recipe down and say, this is what it is. Gumbo is slippery, like okra, and indefinable, and uncatchable, and kind of like New Orleans is magical, and it is the ultimate symbol of the city because it embraces everything, and it doesn't have any rules.